Yeah. Turn the static down, turn the luxury up. You locked into the crown. Meet me the goddess in the building. Step away from the noise, leave the corporate behind. We elevate in the space, relaxing your mind. Black and gold in the matrix, a sanctuary so rare. Pure independent magic floating over the air. No filters, no scripts, just the truth when we speak. Your Friday night sanctuary, the crown of the week. Tune into the frequency, let the velvet take control. Mimi Unfiltered, pouring honey in your soul. From the deep R&B to the heavy trap soul beats, the goddess is live, taking over the streets, yeah. Look up to the crown, feel the energy rise. Mimi Unfiltered, see the world through royalty's eyes. Behind the melodies, yeah, we diving in deep. The stories that we live, the secrets that we keep. No industry games, just the artist's design. We checking your alignment, clearing out your design. A masterclass in rhythm, a premium flow. Once a week on a Friday, letting the world know. Turn into the frequency, let the velvet take control. Mimi Unfiltered, pouring honey in your soul. From the deep R&B to the heavy trap soul beats, goddess is live, taking over the streets, yeah. Look up to the crown, feel the energy rise. Mimi Unfiltered, see the world through royalty's eyes. Protect your peace, elevate your vibration. You are officially locked into Mimi Unfiltered. With Mimi, the goddess, every Friday night. Stay tuned.
Can I ask you something? When was the last time someone asked if you were okay and actually waited for the answer? I can't remember either. It's Friday night. Another week is behind us. Maybe this week broke you. Maybe it blessed you. Maybe it did a little bit of both. Either way, you made it. Welcome home. I'm Mimi the Goddess, and this is Mimi Unfiltered Radio. I want to check in with you. Close your eyes, take one deep breath. Now ask yourself, how am I really? Not how am I supposed to feel, not how do people think I feel, but how do I actually feel? Tonight, repeat this with me, slowly, one sentence at a time. I am allowed to rest. I am allowed to heal. I am allowed to start over. I don't have to be perfect to deserve peace. Can I tell you what happened this week? Can I be honest with you for a minute? This week, I found myself sitting with my thoughts more than usual. Not because I wanted to, but because sometimes life gets quiet enough that your mind starts asking questions your heart isn't ready to answer. Questions like, am I doing enough? Am I getting this motherhood thing right? Am I falling in ways I don't even see? Those questions have been sitting heavy on me. Recently, something happened that shook me to my core. My 10-year-old son got into a fight. How crazy is that, right? 10 years old, you already out here fighting. These kids is getting crazy these days. But anywho, after it was over, while he was still overwhelmed with anger, he went into my kitchen and grabbed a knife because he wanted to hurt the person he felt had threatened him. Again, at 10 years old. The moment it happened, my heart dropped. As a mother, you don't just see the action, you feel every emotion that comes with it. And almost immediately, I started blaming myself. Where did I go wrong? Did I miss something? I have failed him. The part, the hardest part is that from the outside looking in, people might assume they already know the answer. They might wonder if he has positive men in his life. The truth is, he does. He have a loving stepdad, a grandfather, uncles, coaches, people who care about him and want the best for him. And yet he still found himself making a dangerous decision in a moment of overwhelming emotion. That taught me something I didn't expect. As parents, we can surround our children with love, guidance, and positive examples, and they will still have moments where they make choices that break our hearts. Our children's decisions are not always a reflection of our love or our effort. They're growing, they're learning, they're wrestling with emotions they don't always know how to control. That doesn't mean we stop teaching, it doesn't mean we stop correcting, it doesn't mean we stop believing in them. It means we keep showing up. What I've learned is that motherhood isn't about raising perfect children. It's about staying present when life gets messy. It's about choosing to guide instead of growing up. It's about loving them enough to have hard conversations, set boundaries, seek help when it's needed, and remind them that one bad decision does not have to define who they become. And maybe you're listening tonight carrying your own version of that weight. Maybe you're not raising a child. Maybe you're carrying the weight of a marriage that feels strained, a relationship with a parent, a friendship that's falling apart, a dream that isn't unfolding the way you imagine. Whatever it is, you've probably asked yourself the same question I've been asking. Did I do enough? Here's what I'm slowly learning. Sometimes we confuse responsibility with control. We can love deeply, teach faithfully, pray constantly, show up consistently, and still watch people we love make choices we wish they hadn't. That doesn't always mean we failed. Sometimes it simply means they're on a journey we cannot walk for them. So if you're sitting with your thoughts tonight, questioning your worth, because someone else's choices have left you feeling defeated, I want you to hear me. Don't stop loving. Don't stop showing up. Don't stop believing that growth is possible because healing isn't always instant. Sometimes it's built one conversation, one lesson, one prayer, one day at a time. And maybe that's where hope lives. Not in believing we'll never face another hard moment, but in believing that hard moments don't get the final word. You know what I realized? Parents spend so much time blaming themselves, and sometimes we forget our children are human too. Every child, even the ones raised with love, still has to choose. That's when I realized motherhood isn't controlling every decision, it's staying. Even after the hard one, I don't know who needs to hear this tonight, but someone else's struggle is not always proof you failed. Sometimes love looks like refusing to quit on somebody, even when they're making it hard. So here's tonight's question. What have you blamed yourself for that was never completely yours to carry?
I spent too long in my bed, just watching the world roll by. But the view better for me. My father love me dead in the eyes like queen. Said, leave me while you sitting where you can't see the screen. Letting them stare with a mat that's torn while you holding the kids in the weight you born. I was raising the man that ain't wanna go. Running circles in the same damn road. Engine running, but we stuck in place. Trying to build with a man scared of his place. He unlined in the ways of a man who lived. While I'm planting roots, while I'm planting the seed. So I slick that seed up, hands on speed. If nobody gon' drive, then it's gotta be me. Moving my seat up, adjusting the plans. Leaving the doubt and the debt in the past. No more where we going, no more how we eat. I'm the one with the vision in the driver's seat. I'm in the driver's seat now. Boat open wide, no more passenger riding, I'm feeling right. Keys in my hand and the fire in my soul. Only one here really taking control. From the block to the green to the life that I need. Everything changing from the driver's seat. Yeah, the road get lonely, but it set me free. Everything changing from the driver's seat. Yeah, lonely at the top, but it's lonely you're waiting. For a minute, still stuck in hesitation. Won't call, won't stand, won't claim it's grown. So I built my kingdom all on my own. And I looked at my babies, looked at my face. So I hold them bodies, lost in the race. My worth ain't Clemens, ain't burden, ain't cheap. I'm a win in the sail when the waters get deep. So I fold them slide back like the real ones did. If you can't match pace, you can disappear. Something like come some more than apply. Look the road to power, that road is mine. 10 and 2. Eyes on no cries, no more tears. Wipe from my eyes, I'm the pilot, I'm the boss, I'm the game, he the loss. I'm in the driver's seat now, roll up and wide. No more passenger riding, nothing and right. Keys in my hand and the fire in my soul. Only one here really taking control. From the pain to the times of the life that I need. Everything changing from the driver's seat. If you couldn't keep pace, then you ride in the back. God is every wheel, ain't no turning back. I'm driving us home, me and the baby. No more here, doing the baby. Hands on the wheel. Mimi the goddess. Welcome to the driver's seat.
Welcome back. I'm glad you stayed. You know, I spend a lot of time wondering why people leave, why marriages fall apart, why friendships disappear, why families stop speaking, why dreams get abandoned, why people who once had so much light suddenly go quiet. For a long time, I thought people left because they didn't care anymore. But the older I get, the more I realize sometimes people don't leave because they stop loving. Sometimes they leave because they're exhausted. They're tired of fighting battles nobody can see. They're tired of carrying responsibilities that never seem to get lighter. Or they're tired of pouring into everyone else while secretly running on empty themselves. And then there are the people who don't leave physically. They leave emotionally. They slow up, they smile, they go to work, they take care of the families, they answer the phones, but somewhere inside they're checked out, hit home, right? Not because they wanted to, but because surviving for so long can make you forget what living feels like. I think that's how numbness happens. Not all at once, little by little. One disappointment, one betrayal, one unanswered prayer, one sleepless night. One sacrifice after another. Until one day you wake up and realize you can't remember the last time you truly felt joy. Survival changes us. Sometimes it makes us stronger, sometimes it makes us more guarded. It teaches us wisdom, it teaches us fear. It builds walls we mistake for healing. I know what survival feels like. I've survived things I've never imagined I'll have to survive. Being stabbed by someone I trusted, being abused by someone I love, walking through pregnancy feeling completely alone, losing my first love, being misunderstood by people I thought knew my heart, trying to raise my children while quietly questioning if I was enough. Every one of those moments changed me. Some changes made me stronger. Some made me quieter. Some made me harder to reach. Because when you've been hurt enough, your heart starts trying to protect itself. But here's what I've learned. There's a difference between protecting your peace and impersonating your heart. Survival may explain why we built the walls, but healing is what teaches us when it's safe to start opening the gate again. Maybe you've been surviving for so long that you've forgotten what hope feels like. You've convinced yourself that numb is normal. You've been carrying so much that you don't even recognize the weight anymore. If that's you, I want you to hear this. You are more than what happened to you. You are more than your worst day. You are more than your trauma. And just because survival changed you doesn't mean healing can't change you too. Maybe that's why you're here tonight. Not because you have all the answers, but because somewhere deep inside you're still hoping life can feel lighter than it does today. And I believe it can. Not overnight, not without work, not without tears, but one honest conversation. One healthy choice, one act of forgiveness, one prayer, one day at a time. That's how we find ourselves again.
Look at her. Don't look away this time. See them scars. That's where the light gets in. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mirror don't lie, but it don't tell it all. Don't show the nights, don't show the fall. All them prayers you said alone. All them times you stayed strong. Yeah, it just show a face, tired eyes, but it don't show what's deep inside. Look closer, see that glowing brown. That's that fire they couldn't drown. Yeah, I see them scrolls, I see that way, but I see a soul that chose a fate. You ain't broken, you just refined. Every scar turned into design. I forgive the girl I used to be. Didn't know worth, couldn't see that. Now I honor who I'm growing to. A version of me that's finally true. I see a queen when I look at me. Not what they want, just who I be. don't need disguise, mirror don't lie when you stand in it. That's your power, stop claiming it. You been the healer, the one they call. Now be the one that won't fall. You don't need diamonds to feel that glow. You build a home in your soul. Talk to yourself like you matter most. You the one that stayed the closest. Through it all, you held your ground. Realest love is what you found out. I see you, I see you, I see you. I love you. I'm proud of you, you and I. As a queen and I look at me. Now what they want, just who I be. See to the flower, I go from pain. Now everything mine, I claim my name. Unbreakable, I don't fold. Unshakable, I've been gold. When I look in the mirror, I see enough love. Yeah, I see love. Take a good look. Don't rush it. They're right there. That's a winner. Goddess.
You know, people look at me now and they see pieces of my life. They see a mother, see someone going to college, see me working every day as a dental assistant, see me building Goddess folk records, hear the music, see the content, see the ambition. And from the outside, it probably looks like I've got a lot on my plate. But what people don't always realize is there's a difference between what you're carrying in your hands and what's weighing on your heart. The truth is, I've learned that grief doesn't always look like crying. Sometimes grief looks like showing up to work with a smile when your heart is breaking. Sometimes it looks like helping patients all day while quietly wondering if you'll ever heal from the things you've lost. Sometimes it looks like sitting in class, taking notes, trying to build a better future while your mind keeps drifting back to memories you wish you could relive just one more time. I know what it's like to grieve. I'm still grieving the loss of a close friend. People say time heals everything. I don't know if I believe that. I think time teaches us how to carry the weight because there are people who leave fingerprints on your soul. You don't stop loving them. You simply learn how to keep living while missing them. Then there was pregnancy. People saw a growing belly. What they didn't always see were the nights I cried alone, the questions I asked myself, the fear, uncertainty, the strength I had to find when I didn't feel strong at all. Looking back now, I realized that season didn't just grow a child, it grew me. It forced me to meet a version of myself I didn't know existed. A woman who could keep moving forward even when she felt completely alone. Then there's motherhood, the tough one. Motherhood has become the greatest blessing of my life and also the greatest responsibility I've ever carried. Every decision I make, extra shift I work, assignment I complete, late nights spent writing music, business ideas, sacrifice, it all connected to one dream. I want my children to look at my life one day and say, my mom never gave up. Not because she had it easy, but because she kept going when it wasn't. There are days I leave work exhausted, days I come home and immediately become mom. Days I study after everyone else is asleep because I refuse to stop chasing the future I see for my family. Then somewhere in the middle of all that, I'm writing songs, building a record label from the ground up, creating this radio station, not because it's easy, but because I believe purpose is worth fighting for. And if I'm honest, there have been moments when I've wondered if people misunderstand me. Some people see ambition and think you're chasing attention. People see confidence and think you've never doubted yourself. People see strength and assume you don't need support. But what they don't see are the nights you're questioning yourself, the mornings you have to encourage yourself before anybody else does, the tears that fall after everyone else has gone to sleep, the silent prayers, the moment you're asking God, am I doing enough? Am I becoming the woman you created me to be? I realized something. Sometimes people only see what you're carrying in your hands and never notice what's weighing on your heart.
Yeah. From the jump before the coffee even hit the cup, I'm running on empty, trying hard to keep us up. These children need nurturing, they need their minds right. While I'm over here working, burning through the daylight. I handle the bank accounts, the discipline, the doctor's calls. Standing straight, making sure this whole thing never falls. I carried away the anxiety, the load. But when I need a moment, you just travel down the road, saying just chill, baby, you always stressing too much. But who gon' pay the cost when we can't afford to touch? The pressure is thick, like the air on a summer day. My emotional bank account is running out of currency to pay. I'm striving my best to be the anchor, the queen, the whole foundation. But who checks on my spirit, who handles my frustration? I give y'all my love, my peace, my everything is true. But I need a little something back before I break into. Can you feel the struggle, hear the truth in the sound? My spine is aching low, but I will hold my ground. A mother and a wife, yeah, I wear that crown, so proud. But I just need to be seen, not lost inside the crowd. They see the fire, call me angry, call me mad, but they miss the real issue that's making me so sad. Like mother screams, not out of malice, but from the deep. My soul is wide awake while the rest of y'all asleep. We celebrate the man for the little bit he brings, but they don't see the silent sacrifice the heart sings. I manage to schedule the sickness, the PTA meetings too. I catch all the tears before they even make it through. And you say you appreciate, but where's the damn action? Your words are empty, lacking any satisfaction. If appreciation ain't in gifts and it ain't in the speech, then show me what it is before this lesson is out of reach. Cause I'm tired of the performance, smiling for the block. I just wanna be cherished, steady round the clock. Lord knows I try to keep my own glass full so I can pour, but I'm running on fumes, sitting right outside the door. All I'm asking for is awareness to recognize the toll. The tears I cry in the shower, taking back control. I don't wanna fight, I just wanna see connection real, but you only see the yelling, ignoring how I truly feel. Can you feel the struggle, hear the truth in the sound? My spine is aching low, but I will hold my ground. Mother and a wife, yeah, I wear that crown, so proud. But I just need to be seen, not lost inside the crowd. They see the fire, call me angry, call me mad, but they miss the real issue that's making me so sad. Black mother screams, not out of malice, but from the deep. My soul is wide awake while the rest of y'all asleep. Just acknowledge the effort. Can you see me? Can you hear me, man? The strength cost me everything. I'm fighting for this family, fighting for my peace. A blessing in disguise, but this burden must cease.
They see the uniform, but not the exhaustion. They see the degree you're working towards, but not the sacrifice it requires. They hear the music, but not the pain that wrote the lyrics. They see the business, but not the fear that whispers, what if it doesn't work? They see the mother, but not the woman who's praying every single day that her children grow into kind, passionate, and emotionally healthy adults. So tonight, if you're listening and you've been feeling misunderstood, I want you to know you're not alone. If you've been carrying responsibilities that nobody thanks you for, you're not alone. If you've been building a life while secretly trying to hold yourself together, you're not alone. Maybe that's what connects all of us. Not that we've lived the same life, but that we've all carried invisible weight. And maybe healing begins the moment we stop pretending those weights don't exist. So if nobody has told you lately, I'm proud of you. Not because you've been perfect, not because you've figured everything out, but because despite everything that's tried to stop you, you're still here. You're still loving, still hoping, still becoming. And sometimes that is the bravest thing you'll ever do. So before we close tonight, I want to tell you about something that's going to become really special around here right now. It's just me talking into the mic. But one day, this part of the show won't belong to me anymore. It'll belong to you. One day I'll sit down every Friday night and instead of only telling my story, I'll get to tell yours. Maybe you'll write me a letter about the hardest season you've ever survived. Maybe you'll leave me a voice message because you finally found the courage to say something you've been holding inside for years. Maybe you'll send a prayer request because life feels heavier than you can carry alone. Or maybe you'll share a victory, a breakthrough, a testimony, or maybe you'll simply ask a question because you don't know who else to ask. Whatever it is, this microphone will always have room for your voice because healing was never meant to happen alone. We were never meant to carry every burden by ourselves. Sometimes the very thing that helps someone else keep going is hearing that another person survived too. So if you're listening tonight, I want you to know your story matters, not because it's perfect, not because you got all the answers, but because it's yours. One day, people from all over the world will become part of this family. We'll celebrate together, cry together, pray together, encourage one another, remember each other, remind each other that there is still hope, even on days it feels impossible to find. This won't just be a radio station anymore. It will be a community, a place where people who have been carrying invisible weight finally realize they're no longer carrying it alone. So until then, if this episode touched something in your heart, hold on to that feeling because this is only the beginning. One day, I'll be reading your story right here. And maybe your story will become the reason someone else decides not to give up. Welcome to the Unfiltered Circle, and I'm so glad you're here. If nobody told you today, I'm proud of you. Maybe you didn't accomplish everything. Maybe today wasn't perfect, but you're still here. Sometimes that's enough. Here's our final affirmation. You are not behind. You are becoming. You are not broken. You are rebuilding. You are not forgotten. You are deeply loved. I couldn't think of a better song to end our very first Friday night together. Because after everything we've talked about tonight, this is what I want you to remember. You are not your worst day. You are not your greatest mistake. You are not what tried to break you. You are still here. And if you're still here, you're still building. You're still growing. And you're still rising. So as you head into another week, I hope this song reminds you of exactly who you are. This is Built to Rise.
I built it from nothing, no cap. Now they see the way I adapt. Whole life turned into a draft. Now I'm the architect of the after. Did it myself, that's a fact. Pressure made me react. Pain turned power to craft. Now I'm the architect of the after. I used to shrink just to fit in the room, waiting for chances that never would bloom. Now when I walk in the air, get consumed. Whole lot of space when the goddess resume. They used to say I was built just to give. Now I'm protecting the way that I live. Every scar on me, proof I survived. Every plan I draw, keeping us alive. I know the labor, the pain, and the birth. I know the cost of the weight of the work. So don't talk down like I'm new to the turf. I built my kingdom straight out of the dirt. Shadow behind me, light in my side. Don't need a pilot, I'm running the flight. If the crown heavy, my neck alright. Been that queen my whole life. I built it from nothing, no cap. Now they see the way I adapt. Whole life turned into a draft. Now I'm the architect of the after. Did it myself, that's a fact. Pressure made me react. Pain turned power to craft. Now I'm the architect of the Used to be quiet, blending in walls. Now when I speak, everybody pause. Used to be awake, trying not to fall. Now I'm the beam, holding up it all. Building a future, strong and intact. Love real loud, loyalty stacked. If I build solo, the structure exact. Every brick, place where it's at. I see tomorrow inside of today. Every move calculated, I play. Sweat on my brow, but I'm paving the way. Architect moves every step that I lay. Slow breath, clear mind, new life, by design. Every step, every chapter. I'm the one who built the after. Yeah, I built it from nothing, no cap. Now they see the way I adapt. Whole life turned into a draft. Now I'm the architect of the after. Did it myself, that's a fact. Pressure made me react. Pain turned power to craft. Now I'm the architect of the after. Yeah. Blueprint finish. Future built. The goddess.
Every single Friday, exactly the same time. Keep your head high, protect your peace, speak your truth, love without loving yourself, heal without apologizing, and remember, no matter what this week tried to convince you of, your story isn't over. This is Mimi Unfiltered Radio.